At this time, please turn off all mobile phones and electronic devices. Please note that the use of any form of recording device is strictly prohibited during the show. The theater is a place for precision and order, after all. In case of an emergency, please step in time to the nearest exit. You will find the main doors behind you, as well as exits in front to your left and right.
Tonight, we honor the administration, school board, faculty, and staff of the Upper St. Clair School District. Thank you for your continued support of the arts.
Again, on behalf of everyone involved in the production, we would like to give a supercalifragilistic thank you for supporting the arts here in Upper St. Clair. Now, spit spots. Sit back and enjoy as the Upper St. Clair High School Theater Department proudly presents Disney's Mary Poppins.
In the east, there's a mist coming in, like something is brewing and bad to begin. Can't put me finger on what lies in store, but I feel what's to happen all happened before. A father, a mother, a daughter, a son. The threads of their lives are all raveling undone. Something is needed to twist them as tight as a string you might use when you're flying a kite. Chim, chimney, chim, chim, cheree, chim, cheroo.
Jane, let's run!
Come back here, you little blighters! You've got to do your lessons!
I can't do my lessons if I'm flying a kite.
And you can't make us. You're only our nanny.
Boy, not you two again. Come on, Mom, now.
Good morning, Bert.
Morning, Miss Lark. And how's little Willoughby today?
Oh, very well. Thank you, Bert. Willoughby!
By Jove! Is that the beauteous Miss Lark I spy on the horizon?
Oh, Admiral. Willoughby!
Morning, Admiral. How's it looking?
Ooh, dark clouds gathering above number 17. Storm warnings overdue.
For London's byways where I doffs me cap. This one's the artist to find on a map. Cherry Tree Lane, as sweet as a song. But the nannies who come here, they don't stay for long. Chim, chimney, chim, chim, cheree, chim, cheroo.
Those little beasts have run away from me for the last time!
And who gets stuck with the children with no nanny in the house? Me! That's who!
I've said my say, Mrs. Brill, and that's all I'll say! I'm done with this house forever!
Well, good riddance then. Mind you don't stumble on your way out. Oh, Katie Nana! Where are you going? Katie Nana! Katie Nana's gone, is it any wonder? Driven half demented by your children's pranks.
Do you really think I made another blunder? What on earth am I to say to Mr. Banks? George, dear, I'm feeling so bereft, dear. Another nanny's left, dear. Every nanny goes, we're unlucky, I suppose.
We are never going to find the perfect nanny.
Nonsense! Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household's a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain, whilst I remain the sovereign of Cherry Tree Lane. Goat! The simple truth is you've engaged 6 nannies over the last 4 months, and they've all been unqualified disasters. A nanny should govern. A nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool. A nanny's a stalwart our children would gain by having such a nanny in Cherry Tree Lane.
Of course, George.
So take control of situations. Show your authority when interviewing staff. You know your role. They know their stations. Efficiency and forethought cut the jobs in half. Briefcase!
I thought Katie Nana would be firm with the children. She always looked so cross.
Winifred never confused efficiency with a liver complaint. Umbrella?
If only we could find someone like your old nanny.
I'm afraid that's not realistic, my dear. Few women alive can manage Miss Andrews' standards of efficiency. Besides, we can never afford someone of her caliber.
Precision and order, he wants nothing less.
It's like an army barracks.
Yes, and we're in the mess. No wonder the nannies are driven insane. We're living in a madhouse in Cherry Tree Lane.
Now, Winifred, if you do wish to please me.
You know I do, George.
Very well. Then place an advertisement in the Times stating that Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage.
We'd better give him ours before they make another mistake.
Now, I would stress...
Father! What's that you're holding, dear?
We've written our own advertisement.
What on earth?
Please, George. I think we should hear it.
Now, Winifred, none of your theatrics.
It won't hurt to listen.
Wanted a nanny for 2 adorable children.
Adorable. Well, that's debatable, I must say.
If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no warts. That's the part I pretend. Playing games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and fairly pretty.
Oh, the ridiculous...
George, please.
Take us on outings, give us treats, sing songs, bring sweets. Never be cross or cruel, never feed us castor oil or gruel. Ugh. Love us as a son and daughter, and never smell of barley water. I put that in too. If you won't scold and dominate us, we will never give you cause to hate us. We won't hide your spectacles so you can see. Put toads in your bed or pepper in your tea. Hurry, nanny, many thanks, sincerely, Jane and Michael Banks.
That's quite enough Tommy Rough for one day. Would you please let me get to work?
They were only trying to help.
Won't help anyone to make me late. Where's my hat?
George, dear.
Hat!
I thought you put it down here.
Hat!
I'm sure a bowler hat can simply disappear.
Do you think you'll find a nanny who...
Ah, there it is.
Doesn't run away?
He's busted with boot polish.
Precision and order,
That's all that I ask.
The children, the servants, are all your domain.
Whilst I remain the sovereign, mind you use the day well.
He remains the sovereign.
I shall be home at 6 o'clock sharp.
He remains the sovereign of Cherry Tree Land.
Good morning.
Yes?
I've come and answered the advertisement.
What advertisement? We even placed an advertisement.
George and Winifred Banks live here, do they not?
Mr. and Mrs. Banks live here, yes.
And you are looking for a nanny?
Well, I suppose... that-
Very well, now let's see. Play games of all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats.
Michael, that's all advertisement.
Rosy cheeks and fairly pretty. There's no objection on that score, I hope.
No, not at all.
I'm glad to hear it.
But take it up with Mrs. Banks. She manages all that side of things. Nothing domestic has anything to do with me. Oh, and don't forget the references.
I make it a rule never to give references.
But I thought it was usual.
A very old-fashioned idea to my mind, indeed. The best people never acquire them now.
I see. You will have every third Thursday off from 5 until 9.
The best people give every second Wednesday from 6 till 8, ma'am, and that is what I shall take.
Oh. Well, it's all settled then.
As long as I'm satisfied, I'll see the children now, thank you.
Of course. You'll find the very nice children. Children! Now, this is...
Mary Poppins. Jane, don't stare, and close your mouth, Michael. We are not a codfish. Now, best foot forward, spit spot.
Mrs. Brill, we have a new nanny.
She passed her interview then.
Or I did.
Very tidy. Tidier than I was expecting. Who's responsible for that?
Mrs. Me. I am. I like to keep things neat.
Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. If there's one thing that I appreciate, it's a child whose word I can depend on. Oh. Now, who is he when he's at home?
That's Valentine, and he's mine.
From the look on his face, I'm not sure he'd agree with you.
He's just a doll, and I don't want to play with him now.
Treat him like that, and he may not want to play with you either. Now, children, I always like to say the proper place to hang a hat, well, is on a hat stand.
There's nothing in it. We'd better keep an eye on this one. She's tricky. So, Mary Poppins, how could you know exactly what we wanted in a nanny when we made our list?
Your list? I'm not an item in the weekly shop. Thank you very much.
Well, how did you come in then? It was as if the wind just blew you here.
It did. Now, both of you stand over there. Split spot. Just as I expected. A noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up. A noisy, mischievous, troublesome little...
Now you. Thoughtless,
short-tempered and untidy.
Let me see.
By the time the wind is blown, the weather vane around, I'll show you if I can. No matter what the circumstance, for one thing I'm renowned. My character is spit, spot, spick, and span.
What about your measurement, Mary Poppins?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say. Each virtue virtually knows no bounds. Each trait is great and patently sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Both prim and proper and never too stern. Well educated yet willing to learn. I'm clean and honest, my manner refined, and I wear shoes of the sensible kind. I suffer no nonsense, and whilst I remain, there's nothing else I feel I need explained. I'm practically perfect in every way. Practically perfect, that's my forte. Uncanny nannies are hard to find. Unique yet meek, unspeakably kind. I'm practically perfect, not slightly soiled. Running like an engine that's just been freshly oiled. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Well, those are my credentials. Perhaps you have a few questions?
Not temperamental.
Never.
Not grouchy or gruff.
The very thought.
Will you stay tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Will you read stories without a big fuss? Or have objections to playing with us?
Oh, I like games, but I choose them.
But that's not fair.
Some minor improvements may not go amiss, but at all times you must remember this.
You're practically perfect in every way.
I guarantee.
Practically perfect. We hope you'll stay.
No flaws on me. Each virtue virtually knows no bounds. Each trait is great and patently sound. Patently sound. Spit spot. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Jane, toys box, please. I'll take my telescope, thank you.
But it's not fair.
I didn't say that I was fair. I said that I was practically perfect, and here's my aim. By the time I leave here, you both will be the same. You'll be practically perfect. Practically perfect. We will be practically perfect in every way.
Chimney, chim, chimney, chim, chim, cheroo. I does what I likes, and I likes what I do. Today I'm a screever, and as you can see, a screever's an artist of highest degree. And it's all me own work from my own memory.
Oh, lummy, not these again.
Come on, Mrs. Parkkeeper. It's just me pictures like it always is. There's no harm in them.
I'll be the judge of that. This is my park, and I say that you're interfering with a public railing. That's it. I want to remove this. Just you watch it. All of you, just you watch it.
Stay right where you are. I know that silhouette anywhere. Mary Poppins!
It's nice to see you, Bert.
Well, I must say you do look swell.
How does he know you? He can't know you. You've only just arrived. I wasn't born 1 minute before I walked into your house, Michael Banks. Have you met these two, Bert?
I've seen him running about, chasing a kite.
It isn't a real kite.
So, what are you up to?
We're playing a game. Mary Poppins calls it a walk in the park.
Some game. I'd rather eat spinach. Come on, Bert. You're due for a break, and you promised you'd take me out the next time we met, or have you forgotten?
Of course I ain't Mary, but...
Oh, dear. Is that all you have? Never mind. My treat. And no one is charging for the trees in the sky now, are they?
Mary Poppins, is he really coming with us?
Well, why shouldn't he?
To start, he's very dirty, isn't he? Father would never approve.
What's that?
You can't come with us! You're too dirty! And we don't want to go to the stinky park anyway.
Oh, yes, you do. Because when you walk with Mary Poppins, you go to places you never dreamed of. And if she says it's a game, she's got something in mind. You can be certain of that.
That's a picture of the park, isn't it?
That's not the park. Not our park, anyway. Look, that tree's a much brighter green, and the sky's quite a different blue.
I think you'll find it's just the way I've drawn it. All that it takes is a spark. Then something plain as a park becomes a wonderland! All you have to do is look anew, then you'll understand why it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light.
Oh, really?
When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright.
You do talk nonsense, Bert.
Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the dawn.
I haven't the faintest idea of what you...
When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
You've enough bras for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Come on, you two.
Boring, just like other nannies thinking parks are good for us. It's just statues, ducks, and grannies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she doing it to spite us? We could lose her for a lark. Perhaps it's all a plot. I'll tell you what, she seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in the park. What was that?
You're quite wrong, you know.
Who are you?
I'm Nelius. Surely you know that. You sat beneath me often enough. I've waited half a century to take a walk on a sunny day like this.
Ain't it a glorious day, right as a morning in May?
I feel like I could fly.
Have you ever seen the grass so green or a bluer sky?
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Better days I've never known.
You can ask the passing statuary. Nothing's ever set in stone.
Morning, Mary.
Morning, Constable.
You do look tip-top, if I might say so, Mary.
Thank you, Bert. And you may.
Each man out with his dog will stand agog to see a statue take a gentle jog. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love.
It's a jolly holiday with you, Bert. Gentlemen like you are few. Though you're just a diamond in the rough, Bert, underneath your blood is blue. You never think of pressing your advantage. Forbearance is the hallmark of your creed. A lady needn't fear when you are near. Your sweet gentility is crystal clear. It's crystal clear. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with you, Bert. A jolly, jolly holiday with you.
Mary? Oh, Mary?
You've only got yourself to blame, Bert.
Let's go for a jaunty saunter. We are bound to make a mark. Looks like all of us were born to take a promenade in the park.
Jane, did that really happen?
Yes, but how?
Mary Poppins, of course.
How do you know Mary Poppins?
She's an old friend of my father.
Your father? But you're a statue. You can't have a father.
If that's true, why do I miss him so much?
Isn't he one of the other statues?
No, he lives very far away from here.
Do you really miss him?
Wouldn't you miss your father if you hardly ever saw him?
I'll have to think about that.
That's it, that's what it was.
What?
Well, the plinth is half empty. The statue's gone.
Really? Well, oh my, I think you have lost your marbles.
This is all your fault, ain't it? I knew we should have trouble with your pictures and all. Now, we've got a statue of missing... What? Oh, Lummy.
Aurelius, will we play with you again?
Of course. I'm not going anywhere.
Then we'll see you soon.
Goodbye, Aurelius.
Goodbye.
Come on, children.
Bert, will Aurelius's father ever come to stay?
Anything can happen if you let it.
Bert, how long do you think Mary Poppins will stay?
She'll stay until the wind changes. All right. Good night, Jane. Good night, Michael.
Michael would like to say goodnight.
Tell them you've given me the message.
George, please.
Daddy, 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 Daddy! 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 We just had the most fantastic day. We sang with a busker, and we danced with statues, and we even met Queen Victoria. You wouldn't have approved, but...
If you knew that, then why did you do it?
Father, can I have a kite? A proper one?
Could you fly it?
You could always teach me.
And when would I have time to do that?
Daddy, who was the father of Aurelius?
Would you let me get on? Good night.
Poor Michael. All he cares about is flying kites and his beloved astronomy, of course.
I used to love astronomy at his age, but my nanny, Miss Andrews, soon beat it out of me.
I suppose we do need a nanny, George. It is out of the question to do without one.
Don't be absurd. Of course we need a nanny. All the best people have nannies, so their wives can do charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how is your tea party coming along?
I'm not so sure. It feels so odd to send out invitations to people I hardly even know.
But they're people you should know. Remember, by your friends shall ye be judged.
But that's the point. They're not my friends. Actually, I heard today from Clemmy Bunting. She's rehearsing for a play at the moment, and I thought I might
How
ask
many
her-
times must I tell you? I wish you to sever all connections with that part of your life.
George, I was an actress. Lots of people might find that interesting, though. You talk as if I should be ashamed of it.
Well, it's not exactly something to be proud of. Winifred, dearest, I'm only thinking of you. I want people to respect you, to admire you.
I know, George. But sometimes it's hard.
It's not hard. It's your job to be Mrs. Banks.
And what is your job?
To pay for everything. What is it?
I was only going to kiss you.
Oh. Oh, all right. Are you going to say something to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well. Just make sure she's doing things our way, not hers. What good are rules if you can bend them? We need a nanny who is disciplined and stern. With boys and girls, you don't befriend them. I fear that Mary Poppins has a lot to learn.
Being Mrs. Banks should be an easy role, and yet it's one which I don't seem too good at on the whole. I have a comfy home, I have a simple life, I have a name which tells the world I'm someone else's wife. Being Mrs. Banks, what does that entail? Facing tests of character, I always seem to fail. And as for his best people, well, I'd like to say No thanks, they're not exactly my idea of being Mrs. Banks. I still feel as if I'm dreaming so much fun in just one day. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. I'm sure Nelius is beaming. Let's hope she will stay. Good night, Nelius. Let's hope she will
Precision
stay.
and order.
Winds do change, tides may turn, sink or swim. See what you learn. Me, I was told when I was small, just learn a trade. So I learned them all. Chim, chimney, chim, chim.
Morning, Bat! Swarming the decks today, I see.
Gotta keep the street ship shape, Admiral.
Tell me, how are things aboard number 17? All smooth sailing with many Poppins, I trust.
There's some rough weather on every voyage, Admiral.
Ah, Miss Lark. What those children need is a touch of the cat and a night on the yardarm.
What those children need, Admiral, is a touch of happiness. Willoughby!
Mrs. Brill, don't make the sandwiches too early. They'll go stale before the guests arrive.
Everything's under control, ma'am.
What about the cake?
Cooling on the tray, waiting to be iced.
And you're quite sure you know how to ice it?
Quite sure. And in case you're worried, I haven't been exchanged by the fairies for total nincompoop.
No.
No.
Well, I'll go upstairs and check the drawing room.
I'd like to be helpful.
And I'd like to be rich. The good Lord thought otherwise.
Mother wants you in the drawing room.
Well, she can't have me. Can't you see I've got enough on my plate as is?
She says you can tell Roberts and I what to do.
Oh, does she indeed? Well, why don't I go down near the gasworks and have a smoke for good measure?
Oh, please, Miss Brill. I don't mind. Honest.
Oh, all right. I'll give you one task in one task only. And so help me, if you get this wrong, I'll swing for you and sing as they pull the lever.
What is it, Miss Brill?
Put the icing tools there, and I'll need a bowl of hot water to warm them. I'll make the icing as soon as I'm back.
Icing tools, cake, water.
Now, do you think you can manage that?
Is that all?
For you, yes. For me, no. Once the cake's done, I have sandwiches next, because Madam wants them fresh. So I can't start them until there's no time to finish them. I swear, I'm burning me candle from both ends! And the middle! Work it in this house!
Don't just stand there, Roberts and I.
Right. No.
What are you looking for?
A bowl for the water.
Michael, why don't we just make the icing?
Because we don't know how?
Don't be so feeble. Get me the eggs. If Mrs. Brill can do it, it can't be that hard.
Are there eggs in icing?
There are in mine.
I don't think Miss Brill will thank you.
Well, then she will be guilty of great ingratitude.
Is it supposed to look like this?
Doesn't look like that when Miss Brill does it.
Don't be impertinent and get me the cake.
Honestly, Miss Jane, I was only trying to be helpful. Oh, I'm all right.
Well, Mrs. Brill, go up and get ready. No, what have you done? Roberts and I. Oh dear, should I call a doctor?
I don't think that would be necessary, ma'am.
How can you two be so unkind? Just when you know how important my party is.
You both deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait till bedtime.
Ooh, I don't think we should wait until then, Mom. Why not go in up and get changed? We'll clear up, won't we?
But we're not ill. I won't take it, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty, Open.
But it's strawberry ice.
Now you.
I'm not so sure I like strawberry ice.
And I'm not so sure that I care, Open.
It's lime cordial.
Now, off we go. We have lots to do. Michael, I know you like to keep things neat. Jane?
I told you she was tricky. Can't Robertson I do it? He is a servant. Hello, I'm Robertson I. Boot polish, hat, bowl.
With that attitude, you'll get through a lot of stuff before you are very old. Besides, with every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap. The job's a game, and every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake. A lark, a spree. It's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. My point exactly. The honey bees that fetch the nectar from the flowers to the comb never tire of ever buzzing to and fro, because they take a little nip from every flower that they sip, and as they find their task is not a grind, for a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. Now, cups on saucers. Oh dear, this won't do. Rum punch, my favorite.
Mary Poppins, you're a miracle worker. How did you get them to do it?
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
The medicine?
Go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way.
So, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
The medicine go down.
Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. In the most delightful way. We'll be off now, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
These came in this morning, and, Roberts and I forgot to give them to you, ma'am. They're apologies from your guests. They're not coming. None of them.
Do you think we chose the wrong date?
I think you asked the wrong people, ma'am.
In a most delightful way.
Mary Poppins, what game are we playing today?
Oh, I thought we could play our next game.
What game?
A visit to the bank.
But that's not a game, did Father agree? If he did, you must have put the idea into his head somehow.
What an impertinent thing to say, Jane. Me putting ideas into people's heads. Really?
Precision and order, cogs in a wheel, opening a ledger, closing a deal, prudence investments, financial sense, a perfect ray of sunshine, pounds, shillings, and pence.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Morning! Red men have dreams of power and position, and it's our job to back them to the hilt. For prudent investment and advice, they'll pay the price, the bedrock on which banks are built. Banks, a word. I see Avon Hustler is coming in again today. Have you made your decision?
I believe so, sir.
Good, good. Be sure it's the right one.
In every transaction, credit or debt, sheets are all well balanced, targets are met.
Banks, what objections can you have? My security is more than adequate, and Latin America is an expanding market. What is the matter? Have you no courage?
But, Mr. Von Hustler, what I haven't been able to grasp is what exactly is your final product?
What do you think? Money, of course.
Yes, money. But I wonder, making money out of money, is that enough?
Are you man enough to be a banker? A man has dreams of building an empire to make his name in many distant lands. And in the new world, I am told, we'll soon strike gold. Let's seize that chance with both our hands.
Assessing the market, limit the risk, little room for error. Business is brisk.
Have you come to your decision, Mr. Banks? There's a town of good people whose future depends on you.
I know that.
Give us this chance. You won't regret it. The factory could be running in weeks and expanding before the year's out. Please, Mr. Banks, I'd give it everything I've got, believe me.
I do believe you, Mr. Northbrook. And I've tried to find a way, but there is simply not the collateral.
What about my workforce? Decent men who want a better life. They're my collateral. My men have dreams to earn an honest living, a wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you'd invest in us today, it paves the way. I promise we'd repay the loan.
I'm sorry, Mr. Northbrook.
Oh my gosh, Daddy, what the Daddy! Is this your office? Daddy, where's your
What on
desk?
earth are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, it's on here. And no man should be too busy for his own children. What have you come here for, young man? Oh, have you come for some money as well?
Hardly. What would they need money for?
Well, it's never too early to learn its value.
I know the value of this. 6 pence.
No, that's its worth. Its values. And how you spend it. Do good, and may you have good luck.
And what do you say to Mr. Northbrook?
Thank you.
I'll wait outside.
What is the meaning of this? Really, Mary Poppins, I am not without a sense of humor.
Aren't you, Father?
No, I am not. But when I was a little boy, I would have never dared interrupt my father.
Were you ever a little boy?
Of course I was. But my nanny, Miss Andrew, kept me out of my father's way. And he'd have been very annoyed if she hadn't.
What about your mother?
Shouldn't think I saw either of them more than once a week.
Didn't they mind?
Mind. They were glad to get rid of me.
Then who kissed you goodnight, Miss Andrew?
Oh, certainly not. There were no time for hugs and kisses and all that soppy nonsense with her.
Oh.
What's the matter?
Poor father.
Poor? What do you mean poor? That's what made me the man I am today. Hey, Mary Poppins?
Yes, I'm afraid it did.
All right. You've seen where I work, now I have a great deal to do.
Daddy, when you invest the bank's money, what do you look for? A good man or a good idea?
I suppose I should say it's a good idea. But a good man is much more rare. And much more valuable.
Come along, children.
Mr. Von Hustler, I have considered your arguments, but I'm afraid my answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not, but I recognize a good man when I see one.
You will regret this, Herr Banks.
A man has dreams that life hasn't broken. A man with hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man you're certain at first glance deserves a chance. Now, Mr. Northbrook, when exactly could that factory open?
Thank you, sir. You won't regret it.
The birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
There's that horrible old woman.
Don't point, and for your information, she's not in the least bit horrid.
She's just a bundle of rags.
When will you learn to look past what you see? Early each day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old bird woman comes in her own special way to the people she calls. Come buy my bag full of crumbs. Come feed the little bird, show them you can, and you'll be glad if you do. Their young ones are hungry, their nests are so bare. All it takes is tuppence from you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. Feed the birds, that's what she cries. While overhead her birds fill the skies.
What are you doing? I'm going to give her my sixpence.
What a waste! That's a matter of opinion. Here, one bag, please. Save your sixpence. All around the cathedral, the saints and apostles look down as she sails her ways. Although you can't see them, you know they are smiling each time someone shows that he cares. Though her words are simple and few, listen, listen, she's calling to you. Hear the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. All gone. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag.
Oh, yes. Oh, very well then. Oh, here she is now. You can tell her yourself.
Isn't that Miss Lark's dog, Willoughby? Oh, don't interrupt when someone's barking. You were saying? Oh, and if she keeps that up, you might want to keep her on a lead. Here she comes now. Willoughby? It's all right. Mummy's here. Sometimes you think that he could talk. But can Willoughby really talk?
Of course he can. Getting him to stop is the problem.
How do you learn to talk dog? Oh, how do you think? Master the grammar.
Practice when you can.
And avoid mongrels.
Far too much slang.
Oh, I can't stand here all day talking shop.
Talking shop? What a silly expression.
It's not silly in the least.
What do you buy in a talking shop?
Conversations, of course.
Well, I've never seen a talking shop.
Well, there's only one, and it belongs to Mrs. Corey.
Who's Mrs. Corey?
Who's Mrs. Corey? Mrs. Corey is the oldest woman in the entire world. She talked to William before he went conquering, to Vlad before he went impaling, and to Alexander when he weren't so great.
We'll have to visit her shop in the park.
There's no shop in the park.
Remember, anything can happen if you let it.
I'm out of conversation.
Good day to you, Miss Corey.
Well, we're facing Mary Poppins with Jane and Michael Banks. She knows us. And how is poor little Georgie? Who? Georgie Banks. Your father. He used to give his nanny the slip and come here into my shop in secret. But it can't have been the same George Banks. That would have been 40 years ago, and no one can remember back that far. Listen, dearie, I remember everything. I remember your father used to love my gingerbread. I wonder if we've got any left today. Oh, Annie, Fanny, look lively. Ah, there you are. Gingerbread pieces with gingerbread stars. Georgie always saved his stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I was hoping for an ounce of conversations.
I'm afraid I'm out of conversations, dear. And I'm right out of words, too. You see, we've got a lot of chatterboxes in here today. But let me see what I have left. Oh, I do have some letters, a little bit of back chat. An ounce, you say?
Mm-hmm.
That'll be 15 letters. Go on, take your pick.
Jane, you can choose 7.
I've got a D, a G, an R, a U, an L, and an I.
They're no good. You can't make conversation out of them.
Michael, your turn. 7 more.
A, F, S, E, T, O, and P.
Ooh, and I'll choose an X. Wow! Now, what words can we make?
Well, I see cat and dog.
Rutiplex, that's 9.
Lapetophorus. That's 11. Nearly there.
Those don't count. You just made them up. And where do you think words came from in the first place, young lady? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, we could always use the same letters more than once. Now, let's see. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious.
That's not a word.
Well, of course it's a word, unless I'm very much mistaken. I believe it's going to prove a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to live through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation keen. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. Diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-lie. But it doesn't mean anything. Diddle-lie. It can mean exactly what you want it to. Diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-lie. When Stone Age men were chatting, simply grunting would suffice.
Though if they heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
I'm sure Egyptian pharaohs would have grasped it in a jiff. Then every single pyramid would bear this hieroglyph. Oh, supercalifragilistic expialidocious. Say it and wild animals would not seem so ferocious.
Add some further flourishes, it's supercalifragilistic.
Ha 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 ha!
Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. Diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-lie. Diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-lie. Diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-lie. Diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-lie.
The Druids could have carved it on their mighty monoliths.
The ancient Greeks, I'm certain, would have used it in their myths.
I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss because of the Latin scholars never had a word like this. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. If you say it softly, the effect can be hypnosis.
Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis.
Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. Diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-lie. Diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-lie. Diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-lie. Diddle-diddle-diddle, diddle-lie. You know, you can say it backwards, which is Sucodalia exapelagarphilocrepus.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out those 18 consonants and 16 vowels as well, and put them in an order which is very hard to spell.
S
S
U
U
P
P
E
E
R
R
C
Smarty pants. Here we go!
Supercalifragilistic, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always have precocious. Supercalifragilistic,
Supercalifragilistic.
supercalifragilistic, supercalifragilistic.
Supercalifragilistic, 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 supercalifragilistic,
Here we go!
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic,
Docious Expialidocious.
supercalifragilistic, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
The winds may blow, but who's to know exactly what they're bringing? Good news or bad, happy or sad, the pendulum keeps swinging.
Right. Put that there. Now stand back. You are never to touch that vase. No one else but me neither. That is an heirloom.
Heirloom.
While I do this, stay totally immobile.
Immobile.
Do not move a muscle.
Muscle.
Do not breathe. Do you hear me?
I might as well be dead.
Don't give me any ideas.
A game is played, a change is made, but still the road is long. But if they might yet fly a kite, sometimes the wind's too strong.
George, what's happened? Are you ill?
No. No, should I be?
No, of course not. Only why on earth are you home so early? Is everything all right?
No, everything's all wrong.
My dear, what is it?
Well, if you must know, I refused some German chap a loan at the bank. Seems he went to our chief rivals. They've given him the money and now it's turned into a gold mine.
Well, they can't expect you to get it right every time.
Can't they? That's exactly what they expect.
Oh, supercalifragilistic, expialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud
That is more than loud enough. Go to your rooms now.
But we were just...
I don't care what you adjust. Upstairs now. Where's my briefcase? I put it down here. Michael. Jane! What? Give it to me! Must I put up with this behavior? You're the mother. Why can't you do something?
Well, I can try not to shout before I
And
start.
Mary Poppins, you are here to teach the children manners. And just look at them. Look at them. They're a pair of little savages. If I had my way, you'd be out of this house.
You're tired. Mary Poppins, don't bring the children down tonight. Mr. Banks is quite exhausted. Perhaps you could keep them occupied.
I hope you haven't forgotten, ma'am. Tonight is my evening out.
What?
Oh dear, I had forgotten. And I suppose the best people wouldn't ask you to change your plans?
No, ma'am, they wouldn't.
I thought not.
But that's not fair. Daddy loses his temper and we're shut up in the nursery. Daddy's mean and rotten and I hate him.
Jane! You take that back this instant. I will not have you criticize your father.
Why not? He criticizes you. Just last week he said you were neither use nor ornament.
How dare you?
I heard him say it, and so did you.
Sometimes people say things they don't mean. Take the children up, please, Mary Poppins. George,
What is it?
thought you might like to talk about it.
What would be the point?
Perhaps I can help.
Don't be ridiculous.
George, I'm serious. If you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry. You will. The truth is, I've been suspended without salary until they decide what to do with me.
Turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, the next moment frowns. But bad-tempered faces had better change quick. 'Cause if the wind changes, your face might just stick. Chim chimney, chim chim, cheree, chim charoo.
You're going out and you're leaving us on our own.
You've plenty of toys to play with.
I don't want to play with them. They're boring.
They might say the same about you.
Why does Father get so cross?
Aren't fathers supposed to look after their children and not yell at them all the time?
Maybe. But have you ever wondered who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose.
Not the children.
That would be rather upside down.
Some families are upside down. For a while, anyways.
Well, I don't want to be a part of an upside-down family. I wish I could just run away.
Why don't you? Someone might adopt you.
But then you'd miss me.
No, I wouldn't, and I could have your toys.
You could not.
Yes, I could, and I jolly well would.
Give me that. Look what you did.
That's all from the both of you. Look at what you've done to Valentine. What has he ever done to you?
He's a doll, silly. He couldn't do anything.
Now that's all from both of you. Now into bed at once.
We haven't had our milk.
There'll be no butts and no milk either. If you can't be good, you might as well be sorry.
I wish you'd just leave us alone.
Be careful for the things you wish for. Poor Valentine. Go inside and make yourself presentable.
But I won't go to sleep, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things,
Your information
is faulty. Playing the game, taking your turn. Some children lose, some children learn. Treat the toys nicely and maybe they'll
treat you the same. Playing the game. Are you feeling any better, Valentine?
Much better. Thank you.
Tempers are frayed, tempers are lost. Nobody stops to think of the cost.
But they tore my arm again.
Oh dear, children that lose their temper will lose everything else in the end.
Not playing the game, not playing fair, not with the doll, nor with the bear. Thrown on the floor and neglected, and they were to blame. Playing the game. Please tell them, Mary Poppins.
So, why don't you? What's happened to the toys? Make them go small and back in their box?
Why, you've hurt them and called them names. Now it's their turn. Summon the toys. Now is the time to tell of your woes, to tell of their crimes. Crimes! Come on, come on. Enter the fray. They need to hear what you have to say.
Make them stop!
Well,
You think you know everything.
I couldn't agree more. Jane?
They're our toys, and we'll do what we want with them. So there.
So there indeed. Playing the game, having a ball. Those who won't play shan't play at all. Maybe when they've learned to play the game. Is that you, Bert?
Up where the smoke is all billowed and curled, between pavements and stars is a chimney sweep's world, where there's hardly no day, nor hardly know night. In things off in shadows, in off ways in light. On the rooftops of London. Ooh, what a sight.
Oh, so you're sweet now, are you?
The best view in the world, eh? And who gets to see it? The birds, the stars, and the chimney sweeps. Nothing beats it, eh? Now as the ladder of life has been strung, you may think a sweep's on the bottommost rung. Though I spends me times in the ashes and smoke, in this oh wide world, there's no happier bloke. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheroo.
Good luck will rub off when he shakes hands with you.
Or blow me a kiss,
But
and that's lucky too. So you're going then?
the winds have changed.
But they're good kids, Mary.
Would I be bothering them if they weren't? But I can't help them if they won't let me, and no one is so hard to teach as the child who knows everything.
So?
So, they've got to do the next bit on their own.
Chimney, chim chimney,
chim chim cheree. When you're with the sweep, you're in glad company. Goodbye, Bert.
chim, 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 cheree. When you're with a sweet, you're in glad company. Nowhere is there a more happier crew than them's what sings chim, chim, cheree, chim, charoo. Chim, chimney, chim, chim, cheree, chim.
Cheerio, Bert. Keep an eye on them for me. She can't have left us.
Yes, she can. And she's taken all our toys.
What does the note say?
What in the name of heaven are you two doing out here? Where's Mary Poppins?
Gone.
Gone? That doesn't take the bloomin' biscuit.
Mrs. Brill, what does au revoir mean?
Why?
It's what she's written in her note. Jane and Michael, keep playing the games. Au revoir, Mary Poppins.
It's French. You know that. Does it mean good luck? Or God bless you? Oh, I remember now. Till we meet again. Now come inside before you catch your death!
morning, Admiral.
Lovely weather!
Mrs. Brill, is the nursery tidy?
Tidy as I can make it, ma'am.
If you knew how hard it was to track her down.
Really, ma'am. Fancy that. Call, they go through nannies for a flippin' pastime. Now when one returns to make this fearful fuss. Never liked her much when she was here the last time.
At least she makes life easier for both of us.
Mrs. Brill, it's her, isn't it?
I don't know who else.
Why is it such a secret?
Do you think that she's returned to get things back the way they were?
Her note says, till we meet again.
I just know it must be her. Oh my goodness, she'll be here any moment. Now, where's George? George, dear, you're going to be surprised.
Winifred, you know very well I hate surprises at the best of times.
Not this one. Oh, George, I do believe you're going to be proud of me. For once. Precision and order. It's perfectly true. Can really make a difference. I found her for you. Clear thinking, sound judgment, and now we'll regain a home you can be proud of in Cherry Tree Lane. Hurry up, everybody, into the hall. I want you to find everything. Spit, spot, spick, and span.
Our sense of excitement is hard to contain.
Order is returning.
Wonder is returning. Someone is returning to Cherry Tree Lane.
Good morning.
The Holy Terror!
Miss Andrew, it's so lovely to meet you at last. I do hope you had a good journey.
It was thoroughly unpleasant. I never enjoyed travel. You must be poor George's wife. Your flower beds are disgracefully untidy. Take my advice. Plant evergreens. Or, better still, have nothing there at all. Just a plain cement courtyard.
But, dear Miss Andrew, I am so fond of flowers.
Then you are a very silly woman. Where did George go?
He, I'm afraid he had an urgent appointment.
To which no doubt is late as usual. Not much of a house, is it?
We like it.
Then it doesn't take a lot to keep you happy. I mean, look at the dust. There and there, filth.
Well, we're rather short-staffed at the moment.
Ugh, hasn't anyone ever cleaned these curtains?
Oh.
And you must be the children. Pity. I don't suppose you know who I am?
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
Impudent boy! And you're Jane, I suppose. Where are your stockings?
I don't like them.
What matters? I can see there is not a minute to lose. These children have been spoiled. I've arrived here just in time. And by chance, I brought the punishment that best befits a crime. Brimstone and treacle, my favorite liquor. Liberal doses of each. These are the treats from which children recoil. The lessons I'm going to teach. Just follow my motto and don't mollycoddle. It may lead the irksome to irk. So seek satisfaction
from punitive action. Brimstone and treacle will work.
Open! Does it taste as bad as it smells?
Worse.
Do I have to? Well,
Open! Brimstone and treacle and carbolic soup. These are the tools of my trade. With spoonfuls of sugar, you don't have a hope of seeing that changes are made. When manners are chronic, my tincture's the tonic and certain to wipe off a slur. Just pour out a ration in matronly fashion. Brimstone and treacle will work. Your son will go to boarding school at once. As for the girl, I shall take charge of her myself. I won't stand for whining or whinging or whimpering, crying or lying or sobbing or simpering. I fear it's here in which leads to such bad habits. First threaten to throttle, then uncork the bottle. Brimstone and treacle will work. Now show me to my room. Brimstone and treacle.
To dismiss her. You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm disappointed. Truly I am. I really thought it was going to be, you know, the one with the umbrella.
what are we going to do? The only thing we can do, run away.
Easy now! Your old friend ain't gonna hurt you!
Albert, it's just you. You're filthy.
Perhaps a smudge or two. So it happens today I'm a chimney sweep. So, what's the matter and who's after you?
The nastiest nanny in the whole wide world!
The nastiest nanny in the world, eh? Well, you two should know. You've been through enough of them. Is she really as bad as all that?
She looks like something that would eat its young.
Miss Andrews was Daddy's nanny.
Which explains a lot.
Poor Daddy. Ever since he stopped working, he just sits at home and mopes. Mary Poppins used to say that he needed our help, but we didn't listen, and now it's too late.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I tell you what, why don't we start things off with a bit of a shake, for good luck?
Why would shaking hands with you bring us good luck?
Didn't anyone ever tell you? It's lucky to shake a sweep's hand.
But what do you do if you want some luck?
Well, I shake hands with myself. Now, let's see what we've got here.
Michael, look. It's a real one. What's the matter? You've always wanted to fly a proper kite.
I've always wanted to fly one with Father.
Of course you have. But first, you need to know how it's done. Get some training in and you'll make him the proudest father in the country.
You really think so? You're not just saying that.
Did I say country? The whole bloomin' empire, more like. with tuppence for paper and string. You can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite.
Try again.
Try again.
What's this? What's this? We don't allow litter here. It isn't litter, it's a kite. A kite, you say? My word, it is. I haven't flown a kite since I was a child. Now, we'll wind her up, give her a run, and away she'll go.
But I want to do it.
But you'll let me help, won't you? Seeing as I haven't flown a kite since I was a child?
All right.
When you send it flying up there, all at once you're lighter than air. You can dance on the breeze over houses and trees with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. Reel it in.
I can't, it's stuck. I'll help. Let me.
You can do it. Just pull one more time.
Let's go fly a kite
Up to the highest height. Oh, let's go fly a kite.
You and Mary Poppins, I knew you'd come back. Oh, don't squeeze, you both. I'm not a sardine in a tin. Oh, I missed you both. And where are your coats?
We didn't have time to put them on.
Oh, why not, may I ask?
Because we've run away.
Oh, have you indeed?
Mary Poppins, it's been so horrible since you left. Daddy's ruined it, and Miss Andrews has come, and we didn't listen to you, and we were too stupid to hear what you were saying.
Oh, my eye, but your life is a tragedy. Now, come along home and don't dawdle.
But she's there. She came this morning as a surprise for Father.
Did she? Well, maybe I'll be a surprise for her. That was a lovely greeting, Bert.
I meant it, Mary. Welcome. You're a sight for sore eyes.
You really are. Welcome back, Mary Poppins.
I told you they were good kids, Mary.
And I told you that they were worth bothering with.
Hey, let's see now. It goes against the regulation. Coming down from the sky like that. And where from, eh? I'd like to know where from.
If I were a park keeper, I should straighten my skirt and button my coat. Come along.
But aren't you going to shake hands with Bert for good luck?
Oh, no.
Why not? We have.
Oh, I don't need any luck, thank you.
illusions may shatter, but memories stay. The things that really matter I lost on the way. The sovereign, the master, and long may he reign. The famous good for nothing of Cherry Tree Lane.
They'll turn up in no time. Let's face it, Mom, they've had enough practice.
But this time they've not been naughty. I'm afraid I've made them unhappy. I'm afraid I've made everyone unhappy.
They'll turn up, don't you worry.
George, dear, I know it hurts your pride, dear. But you can't just run and hide, dear. Why can't you see that I'm here and I am on your side? Whenever you spoke of Miss Andrew, you showered the woman with praise. But now that I've met dear Miss Andrew, there are one or two things I'd rephrase. To think you were raised by that monster and carried that burden through life. If only you had seen that you could share it with your wife. Being Mrs. Banks, it's easy to forget the way I felt that summer's day, the day that we first met. Being Mrs. Banks, being kissed by you, a man of dreams who made me feel that wishes could come true. And now, although you're lost, it's time that we close ranks. I'll fight for the man who needs freeing, the real you who no one is seeing. And you'll find a way of just being Mr.
Perhaps she's killed everyone. Perhaps they're all dead.
Not like that, you stupid boy! Well, they're not all dead. What's that noise?
It's a bird. I might have known. Did she? Well, frankly, that's not a surprise. Locked in this cage and not free in the skies for 2 years? How shameful. Yes, that is a field I know well. And now we're no longer, your wings will grow stronger. Once you are free from the cell.
What kind of bird is it?
A lark. You were seeing a lark in the cage for the first time and the last. My pleasure. Oh, don't mention it.
I'm going downstairs to fetch Caruso, my luck. You stay here and clean the grates. Again. So, children, decided to come crawling back now, have we? Well, I think we know what's needed now. Brimstone and treacle, my favorite liquor, that will make runaway stop. Impudent children respond so much quicker when forced to drink every last drop.
Is this what you're looking for?
Who are you?
I'm Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins. But you left without notice.
Oh, and I've come back without notice.
I see. What is it you expect me to do? Pack! Pack! You insolent young person, how dare you speak to me this way? Silly little girl with your newfangled methods. I bring up children so they know their place. Standing for tradition, I govern my charges.
Handle charges blow up in your face.
I brought up their father.
Well, that I don't doubt. You must be so proud at the way he turned out.
A shining example, a pillar,
a post. They all have their problems, but him more than most.
Caruso! Where's my love, Caruso? You let my little lark out of his cage. Now you will face the full wrath of my rage. Brimstone and treacle for you. Brimstone and treacle
Just a
for you.
spoonful of sugar.
Brimstone and treacle for you.
Spoonful of sugar.
Brimstone and treacle
Just a
for you.
spoonful of sugar. I recognize fully that you are a bully who views cruel deeds as a play. Well, now is the catch because you met your match. Brimstone and treacle.
Brimstone, treacle, brimstone and treacle.
Mary Poppins, wherever did you come from?
She came from our Michael.
Michael? Jane? Oh, thank heaven. But you're very naughty to go running off like that, and I should be mad as anything. If only I weren't so pleased to see you. Where's Miss Andrew?
Oh, she's gone.
Gone? Why?
She didn't give a reason, ma'am.
How peculiar. Well, Mary Poppins, since you're back, are you going to stay?
I'll stay for as long as necessary, ma'am.
Because the last time you were here, you left without a word of warning. How do I know you won't do that again?
You don't.
Oh.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, Constable, I'm so sorry to have bothered you, but it's quite all right. The back and...
Not all of them, ma'am.
What?
I found this one wandering in the park.
George.
Good night, ma'am.
Where is she?
Miss Andrew, she's gone.
Gone. But how?
She might have thought we were rude.
Rude. To Miss Andrew. Well, I can't forgive it, but I'll try to forget. In fact, I'd have given you 6 pence if I had one.
George, you haven't noticed. Mary Poppins is back.
Oh, Mary Poppins. Well, I was wondering if I might have a word. There's no use in beating about the bush. Things have not gone well since you left us. And
About my wages, sir.
If you don't mind, I won't take any just now. I prefer to let them accrue.
But Mary Poppins, if only you knew how many payments were accruing as is.
Is everything settled?
It is. Now, I have a great deal of work to do, so Jane, Michael, split what?
Oh, come now, darling. You made one wrong decision, but how bad is that? After so many years of good service, how bad could that possibly be?
Winifred, if I am to be dismissed from the bank, we'll be destitute. The servants will leave, the house will be repossessed, and we'll be sitting outside with the children, waiting on a frosty curbside.
Well, we still have what really matters. The children and each other.
Locket new?
And if it is,
What's inside it?
a portrait.
Whose?
You'll know when the time comes and not a moment before.
You're going to stay this time, aren't you?
I'll stay till the chain breaks.
What chain? I don't see a chain anywhere.
Oh, Michael, do be careful. The room is excited to see me back, and no one knows what might happen around a fireplace.
Oh! Ah! Michael, you come down from there! Ooh! Hello there. Huh, what are you doing up here?
And where else would a chimney sweep be? A chimney swept, a secret kept, up here above the gables. Another world to be unfurled, it ain't just myths and fables. A chimney stack looks cold and black against the twilight sky. But never fear, there's warmth up here, perhaps you'll find out why.
How do I look? Much better, thank you.
The world is awfully big, isn't it?
What does that tell you? That we're awfully small and unimportant? Oh, speak for yourself.
Not us so much, but our troubles. Down in the nursery, they seem so big, but up here...
That's more like it. Troubles are never so bad when you take a look at them from a little higher up. And always remember, there's plenty of folks ready to lend you a hand should you need them.
Who?
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. Now guardian angels you don't often see. They're not highfalutin, nor grand nor aloof. Nah, they're covered in soot and they're up on your roof.
Chim chimney, chim chim cheree.
See? It's true.
Brush away the dirt and soot.
Brush away your tears.
Cobwebs that are swept away.
Hang around for years. Come on.
Weather's up our ass. We can see for miles. Our idea is a night out on the town.
We may look a motley crew, smart with tar and rye. But when you need a helping hand, we'll try to step in. Try to step in just in time. We will step in time. We will step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. We will step in time. Over the rooftop, step in time. Over the rooftop, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Over the rooftop, step in time. Step in time. Watch the step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Watch the step in time. Gimme's a step in time. Gimme's a step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Gimme's a step in time.
Childhood is a step in time. Parenthood's the same. Never miss a chance to get it right.
Don't it seem a perfect crime? Don't it seem a shame when the steps aren't going as smoothly as they might? Step in time. Step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Step in time. Huh. Huh. Michael.
Over the rooftops. Over the rooftops. Over the rooftops. Over the rooftops, Steppin time. Over the rooftops, Steppin time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme.
Over the rooftop, Steppin time.
You're out there, Steppin time. You're out there, Steppin time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. You're out there, Steppin time. Your knees up, Steppin time. Your knees up, Steppin time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Your knees up, Steppin time. Steppin time. Step, 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 Steppin time. Step, step, step. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. If you kick your knees up, kick your knees up, kick your knees up, kick your knees up. Step, 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 step. Never need a reason, Steppin time.
What are you gonna do?
Steppin time!
Shout it louder.
Steppin time!
Down the chimney.
Down the chimney, Steppin time.
Down the chimney, Steppin time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Down the chimney, Steppin time. Back to the nursery. Back to the nursery, Steppin time. Back to the nursery, Steppin time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Back to the nursery, Steppin time.
What is all this?
Special delivery for George Banks, Esquire.
Special delivery?
Special delivery, step in time. Special delivery, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Special delivery, step in time. Well, good night, Governor.
Good night, Governor, step in time. Good night, Governor, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. Good night, Governor, step in time. Good night, Governor.
Not so fast. Upstairs now. Jane, you too.
First of all, I'd like to make one thing very clear.
Yes?
I never explain anything. Good night, ma'am.
It's happened. The chairman wants to see me at the close of business tonight.
Tonight? Well, I'm going to come with you and jolly well give your chairman a piece of my mind.
That would only make matters worse. We may as well face it. In just a few hours, I will have joined the ranks of the unemployed.
George, are you sure?
Quite sure. So, we better start making some plans. In fact, I'm afraid the time has come.
Do you mean your mother's vase? Won't you miss it terribly?
Needs must, my dear. We always said we were saving it for a rainy day. And tomorrow it looks set to pour.
George, do be careful. Miss Brill, let's go to the kitchen, shall we? You'd better sit down. Mrs. Brill? Mrs. Brill? Is the dinner cooking?
Don't you start! I've already opened all the windows.
No. I was only going to say it smells delicious.
Oh, well, it's turned upside down.
I never. So that's where I put them.
What are they?
Stars. Gingerbread stars I hid once from my nanny. They always swore I put them no one would find them. Trouble was I couldn't find them either.
They're very bright.
Aren't they? Even after all this time.
Here, let me give you a hand.
I used to dream that when I grew up, I'd learn everything there was to know about the stars. It's funny. I haven't thought about all that in years. I'm not usually sentimental.
It's good to look back sometimes.
Is it? I'm not so sure. A man has dreams of walking with giants to carve his niche in the edifice of time. Before the mortar of his seal has the chance to congeal. The cup is dashed from his lips. The flame is snuffed to burning. He's brought to rack and ruin in his prime.
Life's a rum go, Governor. And that's the truth.
You know what I think? It's Mary Poppins. From the moment she stepped into this house, things began to happen to me. My world was calm, well-ordered, exemplary. Then came this person with chaos in her wake. And now my life's ambitions go with one fell blow. It's quite a bitter pill to take. It's that Poppins woman. She's responsible for all this.
I know the very person. What's that thing she's always saying? A spoonful of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So have yourself an healthy helping every day.
A healthy helping of trouble, if you ask me.
Like you say, Governor. You've got to grind, grind, grind at that grindstone. Though childhood slips like sand through a sieve. And all too soon they've up and grown, and then they've flown. And it's too late for you to give just that spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Well, good luck, Governor.
Thank you, Bert. Thank you. And good luck to you, too.
Father,
What is it?
we've come to say goodnight.
But, yes. Good night.
Daddy, do you remember when we came to visit you at the bank?
Yes.
Well, we were each given a sixpence and told to spend them carefully.
Excellent advice. That's exactly what you should do. What did you buy with them?
Nothing yet. We kept them, and now we've decided to give them to you.
Suppose Mary Poppins put you up to this.
Oh, no. No, she hasn't said a word. We know that things have been rather difficult for you lately, and we haven't been much help. So we thought a bit of extra cash might help loosen things up. It's a whole shilling.
Thank you.
Good night, Daddy. We do love you, you know.
Jane, do you remember you once asked me who Neleus's father was?
Yes?
It was Poseidon, king of the sea. Good night.
Mummy, Daddy's really worried, isn't he?
Yes, he is. But always remember that he loves you very much, and that's far more important than jobs or houses or anything like that.
Are you going to the bank with him?
I wish, but he won't let me. If only there was somebody there to stand up for him, to take his place, to show them what he's really like on the inside.
Why can't he do it himself?
Because he's a man, and a very proud one.
Then you must go.
I wish I could, but I'm afraid it's not possible.
Why?
Because I am a woman.
Mary Poppins says anything is possible if we can only get out of our own way.
Do you really believe that, Mary Poppins?
Anything can happen if you let it. Sometimes things are difficult, but you can bet it doesn't have to be so.
Changes can be made.
You can move a mountain if you use a larger spade. Anything can happen, it's a marvel. You can be a butterfly or just a larval. Stretch your mind beyond fantastic. Dreams are made of strong elastic. Take some sound advice and don't forget it. Anything can happen if you let it.
I wonder.
Anything can happen if you let it.
You won't know a challenge until you've met it.
No one does it for you.
No one but yourself. Vacillating violets get left up on the shelf. Anything can happen, just imagine.
That should be my epitaph. I wear the badge in honor of this world's free thinkers.
Those who see beyond their blinkers.
Jelly isn't jelly till you said it. Anything can happen if you let it. If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But we found a whole new speed. If you reach for the heavens, you get the stars thrown down. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. Feed the birds, sir? Only tuppence a bag.
I would take it as a great favor if you would kindly feed them for me.
Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a
in, Banks. Well, Banks, how did it happen? You turned down a scheme that was bound to make millions, and we want to know why.
Then I'll tell you. I refused Mr. Von Hustler because his scheme was hollow. It had no product, it had no substance. It had no meaning outside the walls of a bank. Yes, he told me about assets and profits and growth, but there wasn't a word about people. I know if a man puts any value on real life, as far as you're concerned, he's a washout. But I'm afraid I do value it, gentlemen. In short, George Banks, Esquire, has rediscovered the human race. I apologize for ruining the bank. But I do not apologize for understanding that there are more important things in life than making money.
Ruining the bank? Ruining the bank? Ruining the bank? My dear chap, what are you talking about? You've saved our bacon. Haven't you heard? Von Hustler's scheme has ruined our rival. You've kept us out of the nastiest scandal since records began. We're not asking for your apologies. We're offering ours.
Oh, my word.
And another thing, do you remember giving a loan to a fellow called Northbrook? Well, he is repaying it and opening up 2 new factories. With the percentage you negotiated, we look set to make a fortune.
Oh, my word.
Well, that's just it. We very much hope you might tell us how you did it. Just give us the word. It'll be quite safe with us.
Give you the word? Give you the word. I'll give you the word, all right. Supercalifragilistic. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic. Oh, thank you, sir.
Now, Banks. Now, Banks.
Don't blame him. It's not his fault. It's all because of his nanny, Miss Andrew.
The Holy Terror! She told me everything I know.
Then now's your chance to forget it.
That's right. And if you want to fight, you've come to the right
Oh,
woman.
wait, it's all right. It's all right. I haven't cost the bank money at all. I've saved them a fortune.
Really?
Madam, gentlemen, madam, and ladies. Madam, if you please, we still have business to conduct. Oh, well, Banks, George, by way of recompense, we'd like to offer you a job as senior manager with salary at double.
Exactly how much has he made for you?
Triple. Quadruple your present rate.
Close your mouth, George. We're not a codfish.
Well?
I accept. On one condition. From now on, my family comes first.
Agreed?
Winifred, I'm afraid I've underestimated you. How can you ever forgive me?
How can you ask?
It was selfish of me to keep you off the stage. You'll want to go back, and I won't mind if you do.
No, I loved it. But I found a role I much rather prefer. And it's going to keep me busy for a very long time.
Anything can happen, raise the curtain. Things you thought impossible will soon seem certain. Though at first it may sound clownish, see the world more upside downish. Turn it on its head and pirouette it. Anything can happen if you let it. If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But we found a whole new speed. If you reach for the heavens, you get the stars thrown there.
They're the stars. I want the constellations too.
Oh, do you indeed? Why don't you ask for the moon as well?
Cornelius and Poseidon live happily ever after?
Oh, of course.
Oh, Mary Poppins, that was the best yet. To be up in the heavens.
Do you think we'll ever go back there?
Oh, yes, of course, someday. Will it be soon? No, not for a very long time. But you can always keep your eye on the stars until you return. Michael, here.
But it's your telescope.
Keep it if you like. It's a gift.
Thank you.
I love you, Mary Poppins.
You are a fine boy, Michael Banks, and one day you'll make an even finer man.
Oh, Mary Poppins, it makes me so anxious when you talk like that.
Like what?
All gentle and kind and not a bit like yourself. Be cross, Mary Poppins. Do be cross again.
Is that the thanks I get for the trouble I've taken?
That's better.
Now that's dainty, Bert.
It's yours, Mary. I painted it. For you. It is tonight, isn't it?
Yes, Bert.
Well, goodbye then, Mary.
Goodbye, Bert. Look after yourself.
Every job that is complete, there is a sense of bittersweet. That moment when you know the task is done, though in your heart you like to stay to help things on their way. You knew they've got to do it on their own. There. Practically perfect. And I hope it remains so.
What's happened? Something's changed. It's Mary Poppins' locket. Oh, the chain's broken.
Don't you remember? I'll stay till the chain breaks.
She left a note, too.
What does it say?
Michael had this. So this is for you.
She signed it from Mary Poppins with a good deal of love.
It's a picture of the three of us.
Mary Poppins? Where is she?
She's gone.
Gone? How peculiar.
She'll be back. Now, what do you think of this?
It's the best I've ever seen!
Could we fly together?
Oh, Father!
Mary Poppins won't be coming back. She's gone forever.
My dear, how could you possibly know such a thing?
Because we don't need her anymore. And other families will. Right, Daddy?
They will.
George, I wonder if she's right. If we really could do without a nanny from now on. What do you think?
I think you better come down to the thing.
George, this is serious.
Look! Was that a shooting star?
You can borrow my telescope.
I was right. Wish on it, children. My dearest love.
We'll never forget you, Mary Poppins.
We won't forget.